Village West. I'm Janice Saylor, and this is my co-host,
Simone Shepard.
See, she can talk. I just wanted her to speak up loud. We're here to talk about Out of the Hat. This is our first show of the season, I think, now. The season of TV station is opening up. KLVW is back, and we're going to start it off. So, have you had a good summer?
It's been a wet summer.
A wet summer.
Yes, difficult summer for the garden. Lots of animals, lots of visitors I've had, everything, rabbits, and I had a skunk, groundhog, all kinds of chompers on my flowers, but otherwise it's been a good summer, thank you.
For the people here that don't know you, tell them why it's a problem for them to eat all your flowers.
It's an issue because I press flowers and I make beautiful things with them. So when somebody comes and eats my flowers, that's money that could have gone in the bank.
That's right.
But that's okay. I'm feeding they're living creatures and they deserve to be fed.
Yeah,
I wish they'd eat somewhere else.
Yes, so you can make a living.
Yes, my garden is a buffet, and they're just enjoying it. What can I say?
You're so funny. She's such a good friend. I love her because she's so not like me. She's such a lady, and she's all right. Forget about all that. Let's start our show here. What's our first subject?
You want me to pick?
Sure, go.
Okay. Shuffle them all out.
Fix them up.
Oh, I got two. Don't need two at once. Although that could be an interesting segue. Okay.
So we've got some different things to talk about. Let's see.
Balloons.
Balloons?
Balloons.
Oh, goodness. Balloons.
Balloons. I love balloons. Doesn't everybody love balloons?
Did my microphone fall off? Yeah, it did.
Oh, you lost your mic?
I lost my mic. Can anybody hear me?
Can you?
Okay, I'll stick it over here. Just let it hang there.
I can fix that for you.
She says everything for me. She's just my best friend.
There you go.
She's so calm. All right, well, what can we say about balloons? They're happy, and when you let them go in the sky. Do you ever go to the water and you just let them over the water? What do you call those?
I don't do that because it's not good for the fish.
Oh.
No, the fish, if they swallow the rubber, it's very bad for them.
Well, we aren't having rubber balloons. We're having these kind that go up in the air.
Yes.
And
well, they've got helium in them. It doesn't matter whether they're mylar or rubber or whatever. They've got helium.
And that's not good for the fish?
No, it's the balloon that's not good for the fish.
Oh.
Actually, the mylar ones are not good for anything because they get caught in the wires of the electric wires and stuff and cause all kinds of havoc.
She's so smart. All right, go to the next question.
No, balloons are fun. I would love to go on a balloon trip.
I have.
Have you been up in a balloon?
Yes,
Where did you go?
I don't know, we just went over some field somewhere and got on the balloon and just traveled around wherever we were. It was very beautiful.
Yes.
It was a gift when I worked for an attorney, and they gave us this instead of paying the bill. And it was quite interesting. The only thing is a little nerve-wracking is getting in and out. You gotta
elevator.
No elevator. You gotta kind of fall out of it. But it was very nice, and it's very relaxing. I enjoyed it very much.
Good.
And what do you think about balloons?
Balloons, I love balloons, and I think they make people happy. You take somebody, somebody's sick, you take them balloons, it cheers them up. If they have a birthday, you have balloons. It's like they're good for any occasion, and they're a lot of fun. And when I had my gift shop, I had a wonderful time because the helium that you put in to make them rise, actually, the molecules. Hope I'm not getting too,
It's okay. Go for it, girl. Go.
The molecules are smaller than the air that you breathe, which is why they can't get through, and that's why they last longer. And it's lighter than the air, so it goes up. Okay? Now, I used to make balloon arches and things, but to do it the morning of, you'd have to get up at 4 in the morning, so I would do them at night, and we'd have balloon parties, and all my friends would come in, and there's this goop that you can get that you put inside the balloon first, and you squish it around to coat the inside of the balloon. I'm talking about the rubber balloons now, the Mylar ones don't need it, before you blow it up. And we would just have balloon parties, and it was so much fun. So balloons are a happy thing in my thing, except that when it comes to the wildlife, because they've discovered that they can be really bad for the planet. And it's always best if you, instead of letting them go, you know, when you're done with them, you just stick a needle in them and put them in the trash.
What makes the helium balloons make you talk funny?
Oh, that's the helium. That messes with your vocal cords.
See how smart she is? Just ask her any question, you know. All right, so I think that's good. Balloons have a purpose, okay?
Oh, they do, absolutely.
Okay, they make people happy.
Yes.
All right, I'll take one here. Oh, well, let's see what we have here. Oh, medals.
Medals.
Do you have any medals?
Yes.
Oh, tell us about them.
Well, I have a few dancing medals from when I was going to dancing school. In England, you had different levels, and you know, you'd have exams every year, and some of those you would get medals for. It wasn't because I won anything. It wasn't anything fabulous, but it's fun to have them. They're memorabilia for me. But my favorite medals are the ones I got from my Uncle Jeff. He was a fighter pilot in World War II, and he got many medals. But the sad thing about it was that when he got home, he couldn't get a job. And there were a lot of fighter pilots. I mean, their qualifications. Back in those days, we didn't have as much commercial flight. You didn't have, you know, private planes. There were no jobs for people who flew all these planes, and he had a hard time. And the medals were useless to him, and he discarded them because he didn't, you know, they were hopeless. It was like, what do they give you these for? They do nothing for you. It's not like a recommendation. It's not a resume. It's nothing. And I wonder, you know, that probably happens a lot today. The people get medals, and you know, okay, hooray, I got a medal, but you hang it on the wall, and that's it.
Richard has bocce medals.
Bocce medals, there you go.
Yeah.
It's something to be proud of.
Yes, he played bocce, and their teams always won medals. So
yeah.
He has all. I don't have any medals. I never won anything. I don't care.
Oh, I've got a little bowling ball, because I used to, not a ball, a bowling pin with my highest score on it. Okay, that's kind of cute.
So what was your high score?
180 something.
Oh,
it was a pretty good thing, which is why I got the
good
trophy.
For you.
Yes.
I wasn't too good in any kind of athletic stuff. I'm just kind of lazy. You know, it's interesting because as a youngster, I really was a tomboy. I was never this femme fatale, and I didn't like prissy things. But I always made a joke about everything, so I never really got perfection with anything.
Okay.
I maybe was afraid of that.
Really?
I guess. I don't know.
Why?
Well, because if you're too perfect, they expect too much of you.
Oh, that's the truth.
So I really rather be under the line, and then they don't care what you do.
No, I used to say I want to be nobody, because nobody is perfect.
That's true. Yes, I know. But there's a lot of everything can have a story, I think, if you think about it. That's why we do this show. We make a story out of nothing.
Out of nothing.
Not of nothing. And that's what it is. The show is a lot of nothing.
A lot of nothing. Yes. People say, "Where do you get these from? Where do you these?" A lot of it, I just go through the dictionary. I have a big old dictionary. I know nobody keeps those anymore, but I do. And I open it up and I go down the page and I say, Okay, we can talk about that. For this one, I had to go through several pages. I had a hard time finding these, but I did finally find a bunch of stuff that I could actually say something about. I mean, who wants to say something about perpendicular or discombobulate? You know,
Half the people don't even know what perpendicular is. Okay, let's go to the next one. You pick.
My turn. Okay.
Is perpendicular up and down or left and right?
Up and down.
Oh, good. See how much we know on this show? We taught you something.
Music.
Oh, I could talk about
Okay,
music.
go for it.
I love music. Music is my thing. Believe it or not, I played the violin for many, many, many years.
Wonderful.
Was not my instrument. You really have to have an ear for music. But my mother insisted that I take this to make me sophisticated. And at that time, I was like 12, 13 years old. And she said to me, I don't like how you walk across the stage. You always keep your head down. Okay. Okay, so what does that mean, you know? Well, I had a large nose. And my nickname was Beak of the Week.
Oh.
Didn't bother me.
Okay.
I made everything a joke, you know. So I was Beak of the Week. Well, she decided that I had to have this nose job. And I said, Ma, I don't want to have no operation. Yes, we're going. We're going. I don't like the way you keep your head down. You've got to take care of this. So we travel to a place in Detroit called Straith Memorial Clinic. A very famous, at that time, I was 15, plastic surgery clinic. I'm laughing now to myself. And there I meet a doctor, I forgot his name, but he was very handsome. And he was going to assist in my surgery. And we talked, and he calmed me down, and the next day, now mind you, I'm 15. I remember having this surgery, and I remember all the instruments were on my chest. And being 15, I quite was annoyed that they were all pulling things off my chest. But anyways, I came through it, and the next morning, his name was Dr. Laham. I went to see him. And he had his surgery, and he was moaning and groaning, oh my God, this hurts, this hurts. So I said, well, I learned then at 15 how men don't handle pain as well as women. But it was quite an experience. I came home on a train. I was black and blue. Everybody thought I was in a big car accident. And my boyfriend, whose name was Merle Schlessel, get that, Merle Schlessel.
Merle Schlessel.
Was waiting for me at the train station. And I went with him because he had a car and he could drive. And he said, once you have your nose done, you're never going to go with me again. And I said, don't be silly. But he was right, and I never did.
Oh.
I went to high school with my new nose up in the air and fell in love with my first love, Henry Feudo, naturally an Italian. Every Jewish girl needs an Italian.
Okay.
So that was the story of my nose.
That was the story of your nose.
Yes.
And what about the music?
Well, the music was my life. I love music, any kind of music. So from the violin, I wanted the drums. I love to be on the stage. I love to sing. Never sang terrific, but I had a lot of fun. I was looking at videos on Facebook yesterday of library shows that I did, all with this Linda Tarash, who was our director. And we really had a lot of fun going to the different libraries and pretending to be Marilyn Monroe or somebody and just having a really good time. And I still love music. I love listening to music. We went to the music festival at Albert Hall.
Oh, lovely.
This weekend. It was really, I got these pick earrings from there. So I like Western, I like symphonies, so music is like good for the soul.
It sure is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
If you put on the music channel and just sit there, you can kind of wash away everything.
Yes, I find that whatever mood I'm in, there is music for it. If I need to clean the house, okay, I put on something vibrant, something that gets me going. If I need to relax, it's love songs. It's just whatever I want, it's right there.
Yes,
I love
it is.
almost all kinds of music. There's a lot of today's stuff that doesn't.
Now,
get
I don't
me,
like rap,
but-
and I don't like screaming and yelling that you don't
No, I don't like
understand,
that,
but-
and I don't like the language they use in some of them. But that's just me. I know everybody else talks that way, but
I
you know
talk
that
that
it's not my thing. What's that?
I talk that
You
way.
talk that way, yes. So you probably don't mind about it.
No,
but
I don't understand it, but I have a truck driver's mouth. Just ask anybody.
yes.
But I do. I love music, any kind of music. And I think a lot of people, if they gave themselves a chance to learn about different music, would enjoy it too. We
Yeah.
were out traveling in our trailer, and we were in Arkansas, and I learned to hear this fiddle music. And it was really interesting. And instead of just music, it told a story. All that folk music tells stories about their lives.
Right.
And it was quite interesting. And we were there on Saturday, and it was great to see everybody, and we're still moving and still walking, and it was a good time.
Yeah.
So music is good for the soul.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Okay,
it
so
is.
what should we talk about now?
It's your turn.
Oh, okay. Okay. I want you to know that Simone picks all these topics because she's the brains of this outfit. Fortune cookies.
Oh, I love fortune cookies.
Yeah, go
There was
for
a
it.
time in my life when I depended on fortune cookies.
Oh, come on, Simone.
No, I didn't depend on them, but I put great stock in them because I had 2 in a row really interesting coincidences because I was getting divorced, and at that time I had my gift shop, and right next door there was a Chinese restaurant, and my soon-to-be ex-husband had heard me say something really sweet, and he thought that maybe there is hope for us yet. So he came into the gift shop and said, would I meet him in the restaurant when I was finished? And I was, okay. Didn't know what he wanted to talk about, but I figured that's okay, I can work with that. And so we went and we had this lovely meal. Yes, I won't go into what the question was, but the answer was no. And the fortune cookies came, and I opened up mine, and it was glowing. It was wonderful. Everything I ever wanted in life was coming my way, and it was, and it was sunshine all the way. He opened up his, and there was no cookie. There was no
Fortune. Oh.
It was empty. And he just threw it up and said, well, that's that then. And the next one was a couple of years later. I was having Chinese on a date. And this guy, he was an author, and he would travel to get stuff for his writing. And I really, really liked him, and we sat and we talked for hours. And then came the fortune cookies, and I opened up mine, and it said that, your future was bright. It was another good one, but it specifically talked about your goals, and which is what we'd been talking about. And he opened up his, and it was the exact same fortune.
Oh.
And I thought, I got all excited, tingly inside. I thought, this is special. And there have been a few times when fortune cookies have actually hit the mark right on the button. So I like them.
Do you remember those magic 8 balls? There were these black globes, and you asked it a question and shook it up, and your answer came.
No.
Yeah, that was quite interesting. And I was young then. You wanted to get the right answer. Yeah, fortune cookies. The only thing I like about fortune cookies is the Chinese food.
Okay, yeah. I also like the cookie.
I'm not so crazy about that. But I kind of don't believe it. I've gone to fortune tellers. Have you ever gone to a fortune teller?
Once.
Yeah.
Once.
Well, kind of.
She didn't tell me anything I didn't already know, or that was. what
Well,
anybody wouldn't know.
You believe whatever you want to believe that they say. So
Yeah.
okay, so that's good. So now we
Yeah.
covered witches, fortune tellers, and cookies. We really have a lot of subjects. You work hard on this, don't you?
I do work hard on it.
Yes, she does. See, I
Yes.
just slack back and say, let her go.
So,
do
yeah,
it.
she says,
She's a
okay, do
smart
your
one.
thing. I said, isn't there anything? She says, no, I trust you.
Yeah. No, you go for it, girl.
Pies.
I don't have anything.
Pies. What's your favorite pie?
My favorite pie, I think it probably cherry.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Cherry. I like cherry pies. I don't buy them too much anymore because, as you can see, I don't need them anymore. But I do like a cherry pie. My husband likes apple pie with cheese on it. I think that's a California thing.
I've been in California, never heard of it, but
Well,
that
I
doesn't
guess
mean
it's from
anything.
San Francisco. Well, there's a lot of
Oh,
things.
maybe
that
it's San Francisco.
Richard does that nobody ever heard of. He's an engineer. Remember that. He thinks like no other person thinks. But what's your favorite pie?
I don't know that I have a favorite. I like to make my own pies though, because being diabetic, I don't like, I shouldn't be eating all the sugar. So instead of using the can of stuff that they
Right.
put in there, I use fresh fruit. And the easiest one, of course, is apple.
Yep.
Just slice up those apples and, and sometimes I will cook just a little bit on the side to mush it up and put it around the fresh ones that I'm putting in so the flavor goes all the way through. But I did actually recently, I did an Instacart order.
Oh.
And instead of the blueberries I ordered, I got blackberries. So I just put them in the freezer, and of course they found their way to the back. So when I was looking for something else, I brought them out and I said, what on earth am I going to do with these? And it wasn't enough to make a blackberry pie. So I said, well, maybe I'll mix it with apples. And that was absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
I would do that again on purpose anytime, because
How would
that
you
was
know?
scrumptious.
Nobody. I wouldn't even think to put those two together.
Well, I would never have gone, in my mind, I wouldn't have envisioned it and gone shopping for apples and blackberries. That wouldn't have come across. But the fact that I had the blackberries and I had apples,
You see how much you can learn on this show? This show, if you don't know it, we're going to teach it to you. Now you can get apples and blackberries and have a delicious pie.
Yes.
We're so
Yes,
talented.
no sugar
No
needed.
sugar. It's for diabetics. So all you diabetics out there.
You start out with a sweet apple. I don't see the sense of getting a tart apple and then adding all the sugar to it. So get a sweet apple, something like Gala. That's my favorite for
What
cooking.
about delicious?
Delicious is a good one. Yep. So get your favorite apple and make a pie. No sugar needed. Except I do recommend sprinkling a little on the top. You have to just brush a little milk on it first and then sprinkle the sugar, and that way it gets crusty.
I love her. She knows things nobody ever heard of. But she's teaching now. This is a teaching show. We should have a teaching cooking show. That's what we should do. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's get this over with already. It's raining today. Oh, tea.
Tea.
Tea. I like tea.
Good. Good.
I like iced tea. I just like iced tea. Do you know things about tea?
Do I know things about tea? I drink a lot of tea. I'm British. We all drink tea.
Yes. Of course. Tea and crumpets.
Tea and crumpets. Haven't found crumpets lately, but
What is a crumpet? Is it a cookie?
oh, it's very much like an English muffin with the top off. If you can imagine if it didn't have that solid top on the top, and it was only baked on the bottom instead of baked on the top also. Okay, then think of a pancake. You know how when you're making pancakes, the air comes up and makes holes?
Yes.
Well, if you cooked it on the bottom and then waited for the holes to appear and then toasted the top, you would get like a little muffin, a little English muffin, not a big muffin, a little English muffin with all these holes on the top. So when you you know, when you put your butter on the top, it all sinks in and gets yummy.
Oh,
And
Simone, I love you. You just amaze me.
and yes, you have tea and crumpets.
Tea and crumpets.
Yeah. No, I make myself a pot of tea almost every afternoon.
So you don't have coffee, I guess.
I do. I have coffee in the morning, but my afternoon is always tea. And then, of course, there's all what they call teas, which I correct sometimes. If I go to a craft show and somebody is selling their teas, they'll tell me what's in it, and there's no tea, and I'll say, well, so it's an herbal infusion then.
Oh, so they have that, right?
Herbal infusions. I mean, it's in the tea section, but it's all, you know, the turmeric, all the good stuff, the stuff that you're supposed to be taking in these wonderful teas, and I love those too.
But no tea.
But they're not actually tea.
So there's no caffeine.
There's no caffeine, usually, but there are also teas that have stuff added. So you have to, if you're going no caffeine, you really have to read the label.
All right, that's okay. I guess we could do that too.
Yeah.
So does anybody that you know, is there tea drinkers other than English people? Because most of us are coffee drinkers here.
Not here anyway. No, can't think of anybody here who drinks tea, you know, makes themselves a pot of tea. They might have it. My daughter, of course, because she grew up with me having tea, so she enjoys a cup of tea when she comes down. And
tea is for sick people. Like that's when you were sick, you had tea and saltine crackers.
Oh,
to settle.
Yeah, but you probably didn't have milk in it. I put milk in my tea. I don't use sugar, again, diabetic, but I do put milk in it.
See, English people, American people, from Ohio. And from Ohio, we're totally different than East Coast people. We won't even go there.
No, you're not even teetotaled.
No. All right, I got to rush us because I think we're going to run out of time.
We can always save what's left for next time.
Oh, tattoos.
Oh, that's your subject.
That's my subject. I have tattoos.
You do?
Yeah. I won't tell you what that one.
No.
But these were when, years ago, we didn't get these beautiful tattoos. Today they have beautiful tattoos. People have them on they're just gorgeous. They're a work of art.
Yeah.
I think you know something about that. You want to tell us?
Well, finish with yours first.
So we just had, this is my children, and it says, "We love you."
Aww.
This is something about my heart is anchored, but I don't remember what. This is life is a stage, only with a happy face.
Aww.
And this
No
is
tragedy.
a mother-child gone wrong.
What happened?
You can't really see it. They were supposed to outline the mother-child symbol in red, and it's smeared or something, I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
And this
It looks
one,
like it was done on purpose.
I don't know, but this one says GBFW, but I'm not going to tell you what it
Okay,
means.
and where are the others?
On my ankle, I have one that says, it says Richie, something about Richie, and I said, well, don't you think it's a bad thing to put a man's name on your ankle?
I would think so.
And the girl said, absolutely not, because if he dies, just put rest in peace.
Oh.
And if he leaves, put the same thing. So Richie's been there. We'll be married tomorrow, 39 years.
Oh,
I can't
my
even
goodness.
believe we stayed together for 39 years.
Tomorrow is your anniversary?
Yes,
Happy
30.
anniversary.
But two opposite people like you can't even imagine.
Right.
So there's absolutely no competition at all. But he is a ham, my husband. I mean, I was the outgoing one. He's the one that liked theater. He's the one that got involved in theater even before me, and he was very good.
So does he have tattoos?
No, God, no. His body is a temple. God, he wouldn't put a mark on his body. It hurts. He wouldn't do that. Are you crazy?
Well, I understand that the reason it's the hurting that makes people go back, because it gives, when you're done with it, it gives you this endorphin rush or something?
Well, I don't see that end of it. I just don't like
remember that?
pain. No. I
Oh,
don't.
okay, okay.
I would think that the tattoos, my older daughter has tattoos that are all over the place.
Wow.
And I would think if you have to sit there for any length of time, that might hurt.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I would think so. In fact, I have a friend who is a tattoo artist.
Yes.
But he stopped doing it because it hurt people, and he couldn't bear doing it anymore, which is kind of sweet. But
Yes.
my son has a whole he's got tattoos almost everywhere, in places where people don't usually put tattoos, but. The one that I love.
Where? I want to know where those places are.
Oh, one is in his armpit.
Well, that must really hurt. Ooh.
And he's got one on his knee, which I understand is incredibly painful. And yes, he's got a little one that I haven't seen. I've seen a picture of it, but I'll let you use your imagination, because it's the Wascally Wabbit. The gun is pointing somewhere, and it's like, you come on out, you Wascally Wabbit. I'll let you just think about that one. But the one that I love is his back. His back is a whole ocean scene. He's got sharks and whales, and there's a sunken ship on the bottom, and there's a mermaid. There's all kinds of stuff. It's gorgeous. And of course, it's in full color.
That hurts like hell.
I'm sure.
Well, I think it's time we said goodbye.
Is it?
I think so. The time has come for us to bid adieu to Leisure Village West, hoping the fall brings you nice flowers, fall flowers, so you can create and create and create. What kind of flowers do you get in the fall? The same ones?
Pretty much, because mums don't press very well.
Yeah.
So I try to keep alive. There's still a lot of things coming up. If the animals don't come and have their dinner, I still have things to press. But I have press sufficient to keep me going through the winter. That's the plan. Most of it I get in the spring. And
what the deer and the skunks don't eat. So we bid you adieu, Leisure Village West, and wish you a wonderful fall and happy holiday season. To all my Jewish friends, happy, healthy New Year. And we will see you soon. Bye-bye.